8th and final state park in our series, one with a river, a railroad, and rail trail, and lots of history. Plus the award-winning manager of this popular gem in the Poconos, how you can launch a similar career too, and learn about the effort to preserve open space in the Poconos.
A sky-high adventure with Bri Dee. Then to the river, how the experience of casting a line is about more than just catching fish. The farm-to-fork experience of buzz at a resort in the Poconos, making apple cider at this 3-generation family orchard, plus the perfect spot to connect with nature, both indoors and out.
Hello everyone and welcome to the October edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Autumn is in the air, and later this month the leaves here along the Delaware River at the Shawnee Inn Golf Resort are expected to turn vibrant colors.
Our fall foliage forecast on PoconoMountains.com is updated weekly to see where and when the leaves are at their peak so you can enjoy views just like these.
There are plenty of ways to enjoy fall in the Poconos. We'll show you one of the more unique ways coming up in just a bit. We'll also check back in here at the Shawnee Inn Golf Resort.
But first, let's check in with Jim for his next stop in our state park series.
Hi, it's Jim Hamill, and we've been exploring state parks in the Poconos, and this is our 8th and final one in the series, Lehigh Gorge State Park. It's a beautiful place to recreate because it's got a river, the Lehigh River, as well as a railroad and a rail trail, all leading into downtown Jim Thorpe, which is beautiful, as well as other points along the map. So please join us as we explore Lehigh Gorge State Park, the people and the history that make it so unique. All up and down the Lehigh River, nature's playground, a blend of history and the great outdoors, along the rails and the trails, as far upriver as Whitehaven, and down into charming Jim Thorpe. This state park, known as the Lehigh Gorge, is unique to say the least. Whether you're paddling down the Whitewater Rapids, taking a hike for a spectacular view, or pedaling along the D&L Trail, this particular state park has features few others do in the Poconos, let alone anywhere in the Commonwealth.
During the summer, we have some weekends where they have a dam release with the Francis C. Walter Dam. We get the rapids in for kayaking, rafting. It also helps with the fishermen, so that's a big popular one. We also have 26 miles of trail from hiking and biking.
A fan favorite for a pit stop along the D&L Trail, which weaves its way through the state park, downtown Jim Thorpe. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway departs from the station in downtown Jim Thorpe, heading out along the gorge, and outfitters like Pocono Biking make it their business to help everyone adventure along the many miles of trails.
Jim Thorpe is the perfect outdoor recreation spot for the Poconos. We're really the entryway to the Lehigh Gorge State Park. We have the trail that comes right through town, the D&L Trail, and then we have the Lehigh River. So we have biking, we have hiking, we've got whitewater rafting. We've got everything you need for an awesome weekend or day outside.
We have 4 outfitters for rafting and 5 outfitters for bike rentals, along with people using the bike train that takes people up the Lehigh Gorge, drops them off so they can ride back down.
That's another piece of the history here, no?
Absolutely, yeah. It's really amazing that you have this regional freight line that invests so heavily in essentially what is tourism and to an extent outdoor recreation.
In order to learn how and why all the layers in this Lehigh River corridor matter to the Poconos and to Pennsylvania, we enlisted David Moyer, who oversees PA's Heritage Areas program.
You really get the sense of the layering of not just history, but of resources, cultural and natural resources. I mean, we literally have the river as our foundation, and we're up in the air now on this historic railroad bridge. And then, of course, the geologic natural history all around us. It's so iconic of this region.
Roughly 40 years ago, the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor was designated, the first in PA, celebrating the railroad and canal history here, the industries that built up towns around Carbon County and fueled the Industrial Revolution.
There's a history and heritage here that starts well beyond that. You know, the indigenous history that used this same corridor, had villages along the same rivers, that those stories are still into play. I mean, some of the town names coming here along the way, Mauchunk, Nesquehoning, you know, that history is still present and alive here and has an impact as well.
This is one part of our history that burned down in 1911. Hotel Juanita was built in 1886. The site was located just across the river, as you can see on Jim's photo here. It had a swinging bridge that you would access the hotel with. It rivaled Niagara Falls in terms of visitors.
That's impressive, especially because you know the natural features that exist here. And of course, when they've invested that much that they did in there, that's a who's who probably of who's traveling there.
Exactly. Even President Grover Cleveland in 1888 visited Hotel Juanita with his wife, Frances.
So much history, all up and down the riverbanks along the Lehigh Gorge. Megan Fedor shares this history as the environmental education specialist for the state park.
Back then, we were transporting coal and barges and people down the river, and with railroads eventually by the 1860s. But today, we transport hikers and bikers and rafters who are just here to enjoy the natural beauty. And I'm so glad that Lehigh Gorge State Park exists to conserve our natural resources here.
Now, Lehigh Gorge State Park is just a really great spot to get that historical side, and the only way you can do it, because it's not accessible to cars, is by bike or raft. On either one, you have locks and canals along the way where you can stop and look at interpretive panels and learn more about what brought us here in the first place and why it's such a cool place to visit.
So it's kind of interesting to think about how those little communities popped up to be a resource and as a service to the users of this corridor, and they're still doing that today, just different types of users, outdoor recreation users, tourists, and the like. So it's just a constant evolution for communities in this region.
Thanks for exploring Lehigh Gorge State Park with us. To learn more, head to PoconoTelevision.com. This has been Jim Hamill with the Pocono Television Network.
Looking for a unique way to enjoy the fall foliage in the Poconos?
Sky High Adventures calling your name. Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine. Come along to a historic resort in the Poconos to see where the fresh ingredients for this pale ale and pizza come from. One hint, you don't have to go far to find them.
More great stories on Pocono Mountains Magazine coming up. First, some Poconotables from across the region. They cut the ribbon on the new Pedranti Pavilion at the Milford Community House in Pike County. The beautiful new performance space in the heart of Milford was made possible by generous donations from Jim Pedranti, as well as state grants secured by Senator Lisa Baker, plus funding from the PMPB. Catch live music here every weekend during the warmer months.
Culinary students at Monroe Career and Technical Institute prepared food for guests last month at MCTI's expansion ceremony. The 17,000 square foot addition includes space for assemblies, community events, and to display students' work. The $7 million project, funded largely through grants, also allows MCTI to offer 4 new student programs.
Gray Towers Heritage Association was awarded with a 2025 Heritage Partnership Award by the PA Route 6 Alliance at their annual meeting last month. Gray Towers is both a landmark and a living legacy. The Heritage Association has helped create a vibrant hub for cultural tourism, education, and environmental awareness at this historic property. Congratulations to the volunteers who make Gray Towers what it is.
The Stroudsmore Country Inn is more than just a resort. It's its own self-contained escape.
CBS Philadelphia visited Stroudsmore Country Inn, a family-owned and operated resort recognized as a premier wedding venue with all-in-one planning services. Overlooking the scenic Cherry Valley, the property also boasts a full-service spa and restaurant.
And if you want to take the flavor of the Stroudsmore home, visit their in-town bakery.
Near downtown Stroudsburg, Stroudsmore Bakery and Cafe is celebrating its 20th anniversary this month. To mark this sweet milestone, the bakery is giving back with 20 days of giveaways. The first 20 visitors each day receive a complimentary treat, followed by new surprises daily through October 26th.
A new downtown pocket park is now open to the public in Mount Pocono. They cut the ribbon at the Harvest Festival in September at the new park. This is phase 1 of the Pocket Park, made possible by funding from the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, as well as state and local agencies.
Once you arrive, you literally park your car, and then you get a chance to enjoy all 5,500 acres.
Last but certainly not least, NBC Philadelphia recently visited the historic Skytop Lodge for a look at the family-friendly activities and amenities, from ziplining and pickleball to water sports and golf.
Hospitality and tourism is an important component of the Pocono Mountains.
The industry generates billions for the local economy.
That's right, and that's less in taxes that you have to pay.
It's an industry that supports over a third of the jobs in the Poconos, including mine.
Visitors help me keep my doors open.
Hospitality and tourism benefits all of us in the Pocono Mountains.
And that's why we're Pocono Proud.
Go to PoconoProud.com for the facts.
Great things can come in threes. We can prove it. Case in point, Great Wolf Lodge.
It's great family time. It's great kids stuff. It's great splishes and splashes. It's great sunshine time. It's great you alone time. Or not.
Best of all, it's in the Pocono Mountains. Who says good things can't come in threes? Great Wolf would say, hot paws, right, honey?
Hey everyone, it's Bri.
And Dee, the Pocono Mountains are known for its scenic views that change by season, and one of the best ways to take them in is from up high.
And that's why we're taking you along on an air tour. We're gonna hop inside and we'll see you up in the skies.
Welcome to Moyer Aviation here in Mount Pocono.
Today, Bri Dee, we're going to take you on an air tour to the Delaware Water Gap and some of the sites between here and there. Some of the sites that you'll see today will be Kalahari, Camelback, Great Wolf Lodge, and of course Delaware Water Gap.
Besides that, sometimes people want to go see the Swiftwater Resort. They like to go see Lake Wallenpaupack and other places. Some people have homes and they just want to go fly over their home or go see a certain valley or certain forest. We also offer special tours. One that's very popular is sometimes people will get a special tour out to New York City and we'll go over the Statue of Liberty, go over the bridges. Then there's other custom tours if people want to get engaged in flight or just go share a glass of champagne flying over the nice autumn leaves and seeing the color. There's a lot of different options.
Wintertime, we have the ski resorts. This place looks completely different when it's covered with snow. Springtime, when things are budding, again, it's a different scene that you're going to see here.
Oh, there's Kalahari.
We also have combination tours. Someone might want to go to Lake Wallenpaupack and Delaware Water Gap. We can make that into one tour for them, so we're flexible that way.
On our air tours, we generally have a 4-seat airplane. They're the Cessna 172s. They're one of the safest airplanes made with a very good track record for safety and comfort. One thing at Moyer Aviation, all our pilots are commercial pilots. They take a lot of ratings and certifications to get where they're at and to be able to fly these airplanes. Our aircraft are also maintained under very strict standards because they're also used for charter. We have an hourglass, we can't buy time, so we save people a lot of time and we make that time quality. So our charter program takes a lot of people to their vacation homes or helps them expand their workplace. Our flight school helps take people from not having a career to getting into a great career working in aviation. Then our air tour business helps improve the quality of their vacation and the time they spend up here in the Poconos. Whether I'm teaching a new student or taking people up, you're giving them something that they've always wanted to do or experience. It's a permanent memory. It's really special.
That is our goal, is to make sure that they have the best experience that they can have.
These trips are a combination of adventure, fun, magic moments. When people are coming up here, they have a small bit of time in their schedule to spend time together and do something different. So we take their vacation from being 2D to 3D. These memories are they're the magic moments in life, so we try and just add a little bit of extra flavor to their vacation.
This has been such a memorable day, and you can be in these seats too.
Visit MoyerAviation.com to book your sky high adventure any time of year.
We're Bri Dee with the Pocono Television Network.
From farm to fork, find out what's a buzz at this resort in the Poconos coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Casting lines coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
This edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine is presented by St. Luke's Monroe Campus and East Stroudsburg University.
In the heart of the Pocono Mountains, a brand new, award-winning luxury hotel like no other, the Swiftwater. Surround yourself in lavish amenities, private plunge pools, and heated year-round indoor-outdoor swimming. Enjoy elevated dining at the Olivet, where every meal is a celebration. Let our concierge curate your stay. Visit theswiftwater.com and rediscover the Poconos.
Great things can come in threes. We can prove it. Case Point, Camelback Resort.
It's great kid stuff. It's great splishes and splashes. It's great you alone time. Or not. And in wintertime, it's great skiing.
Best of all, it's in the Pocono Mountains. Great things do come in threes. Camelback, Resort of Adventure.
It's quiet and peaceful. This is what anglers live for. Today I'm teaming up with Precision Fly and Tackle to fish, to learn, and to explore why enjoying this experience is just as important as protecting it. Back in 2018, Justin and his wife started this company, and it has grown steadily ever since. Now with 4 shops across the state, I asked him why having a location here in the Poconos was important.
I think the Pocono Mountains offer so much diversity. This is a different type of shop for me. This is a destination area. You have a mix of a local population and local fishermen, and then you have a lot of traveling anglers.
Justin and his team are committed to setting their guests up for success. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, they'll make sure you have everything you need to get started.
So really the only thing that we require from anybody that comes and books a trip at any of our locations is a valid fishing license. And from that point, we can provide pretty much everything else they need to have an enjoyable day. Fishing has taught me patience. I do look at it as a sport, but I also, as I've progressed from my 20s into my mid-40s, now it's a peace of mind. It helps with my mental health. It's not for me anymore about catching fish as much as it is about the experience. What people don't understand about the sport of fly fishing or fishing in general is there's so much camaraderie here. With the Pocono Mountains being a very tourist destination, there's just so much opportunity to put an entire family on the water and teach them something that they can improve on the rest of their life. This is a family event. Like, my daughter's 14 years old and would fish every second she can get on the water.
Atta girl, keep the pressure on. Keep them up. All right, I gotta put the camera down. Give me a smile. Woo!
We can take someone who's brand new to the sport and teach them the aspects of conservation, proper fish handling and releasing, to, you know, a great day on the water. And then there's so many other aspects of the sport that make it special.
I spent some time on the water with Justin and one of their guides, Jerry, who taught me more about the fish and the area.
The Poconos is a really unique fishery in a sense that it is a glacially formed high plateau, and we are so diverse in the species that we can fish for and the waters that we have. We have rivers, creeks, streams, lakes, ponds, and everything in between.
The environment and preserving the integrity of the fish is a top priority. Their team is deeply committed to fishing responsibly and sustainably, because for them, it's not just about the catch, it's about respecting the ecosystem that makes it all possible.
We at Precision, as do many anglers, take sustainability very seriously. If a resource water is too low, the temperatures are too high for certain species such as trout, we will not fish for them. It is not fair to the fish to already be stressed and then for us to stress them further. Catching the fish is secondary. It's about enjoying Mother Nature and the resources that we've been provided. If you take a look around us, it's stunningly beautiful.
So the importance of releasing this fish is we're putting this fish back for another person to catch
The handling's important. We release that fish into the water. You saw earlier we kept it wet, and that's good for the fish and good for the next angler that's coming out.
Now, do you guys always catch and release?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
During our trip, Jerry emphasized the importance of observation. From the moment they arrive, they're watching closely to see where the fish are feeding, on the surface, just below, or near the bottom. These details guide their choice of gear and technique, allowing them to adjust throughout the day and give guests the best possible experience.
So being my first time today, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, and I think this goes to show that this was your first time on a boat, this was your first time fishing from a boat, which is a harder experience, and you put yourself on fish. So I think the message to get out to everybody is you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be experienced. Like, it's about having fun. We can show you the basics, and you just put it to practice.
Fishing is a lot more than just casting and catching. It's about being present and respecting the resources. Thanks to the team at Precision Fly and Tackle for teaching us how to fish sustainably. I'm Deanna Fontanez with the Pocono Television Network.
Built in 1911, the Shawnee Inn Golf Resort is loved by guests for its historic features. But there's also modern amenities like this brand new indoor pool and hot tub, plus room upgrades coming soon. And that's not all that's a buzz here.
Wow. No kidding.
Skip Dietrich, the beekeeper at Shawnee Inn Golf Resort, brings us along to check on his hives.
This is full of honey. Absolutely full of honey.
8 thriving hives with up to 60,000 bees in each colony make up the resort's apiary.
I love the relaxation of working with the bees. When I'm in the hive, I don't have to think about anything else. That's the fun part.
Skip is a beekeeper and brewer. He uses the honey to make Apiarius, an English-style ale available on site at Shawnee Craft Brewing Company, a stop on the Pocono Beverage Trail. You can also take Apiarius to go or purchase the honey raw.
I'm partially retired, so I do this part-time, 3 days a week, something like that, in the brewery. My son, Ian, is the head brewer, and I'm the assistant brewer. It's just the two of us in the brewery itself making the beer.
Next to the apiary, this spacious garden produces peppers, potatoes, corn, watermelon, pumpkins, lettuce, onions, asparagus, and all kinds of crops that change with the seasons. Picked and plated within hours, harvests are used in dishes at Shawnee's 3 restaurants, including the made-from-scratch wood-fired pizzas at Shawnee Craft.
The one that sells out all the time, it's kind of like we call it the Island Farm pizza. It's kind of like a deconstructed ratatouille. Summer squashes, heirloom tomatoes, zucchinis, and fresh herbs, and never thought we'd sell out on a nightly basis of a squash pizza, but we do, and everybody loves it.
Head chef Rob Kiesling says the garden allows him to get creative with the menu and offer unique events like farm-to-table dinners open to the public.
The clientele love it, knowing that this just came off the garden. It gives us a chance to play with things. And it's really great because it's all fresh, all organic. The taste is, it's totally different.
The apiary and garden are located on Gulf Island, now open for year-round golfing thanks to this permanent bridge recently installed over the Delaware River, where you might just see an animal crossing or two.
My bees, though, they fly right down over the hill to the river, and there's always a water source there no matter what. It also helps the garden a lot, too, because we pull our water from the river to water the garden.
For Skip, who's been beekeeping for over a decade, the special ingredient in his brews is a love for the bees and this land.
And I feel very fortunate that I get to do this and be out on this island every day, which is really nice.
I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network.
Hey, we're about to bite into this great story of the Gem and Keystone. Their rock star manager, Jamie, who's award-winning, and a testament to the hospitality industry, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
This beloved family farm in the Poconos is ready to host you the first 2 weekends in October for Pick Your Own Pumpkins and Apples. Go beyond the orchard for an inside look at how apple cider, a seasonal staple, is made here.
Great things can come in threes. We can prove it. Case in point, Kalahari Resorts and Conventions.
It's great food. It's great beverages. It's great you alone time. Or not. It's great splishes and splashes. It's great kid stuff.
Best of all, it's in the Pocono Mountains. Great things do come in threes, and Kalahari sets the standard for flying.
Hi everyone, it's Jim Hamill. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
I will. Here at the Gem and Keystone at Shawnee, there is such a behind-the-scenes effort to bring these wonderful meals right to your table. There's such a behind-the-scenes group, too, that's tight-knit, that's run by a manager here who's award-winning. We want to introduce you to Jamie, the manager here at the Gem and Keystone. Have a look. It's just another day for Jamie Moyer, rolling up for work at the Gem and Keystone Tavern. The general manager has been a friendly face to guests and staff for the better part of a decade here.
It's a labor of love. Whether it's here or another location, it's always going to be a labor of love. I don't know if I could see myself doing something else.
Jamie didn't get her love for the restaurant industry anywhere strange. Growing up in Honesdale, her mom a caterer. A younger sister is a chef too. Get to know her here in her element. And Jamie is very much a team leader with a family approach.
The crew that we have here, they got it. We have a lot of very, very talented people that work here. It's not just culinary or customer service. We have artists, we have musicians, we have mechanics, we have people studying healthcare and law. It's great to see them grow. Whether they stay here or they go, we support them.
Jamie's a super hard worker especially, and she keeps the whole ship afloat, you know?
Her team isn't the only one to recognize it. Recently, Jamie won Manager of the Year at the Spirit of Hospitality Awards. She'll now represent the Northeast region on the state level for the hospitality industry.
It was super deserved. I don't think she expected to win that, and she was a little bit surprised. I was there when she won too. It was a really cool moment, and it's definitely deserved with how she'll step up to the plate. Whatever needs to be done, she's happy to do it.
It is an absolute honor to receive that award. The people, ultimately, it's my staff. We have a great crew here, front of the house, back of the house, working in this resort, the Kirkwood family, and it's just a beautiful place to be.
Some days are busy, and the work is grueling. Through it all, Jamie's work ethic and love of serving customers at the Gem and Keystone, making meals that make happiness, is what makes it all worthwhile.
It is a calling. It's rewarding, it's fulfilling. You take in what you give out. It's just how it kind of goes.
Want a career in hospitality? Look no further than Northampton Community College Pocono campus, Tannersville. The courses and training give students the tools they need to build a career.
We have degrees set for individuals that are already in the workforce, so a specialized diploma, because they already have that experience and they're looking for that extra leg up. And then we also have degrees that we have a lot of our students go right from high school to complete an associate's in applied science in hotel, restaurant, and event management.
Whether it's all online or matching up students with internships with Pocono employers, NCC has the right fit for anyone seeking a rewarding career in hotel management, the restaurant business, or anywhere else where the Poconos starting pay is better than most regions around.
The wonderful thing about NCC and the hotel, restaurant, and event management program is that you can get great careers out of this. And the Poconos are starting around $18 to $20. This is for individuals that have come out of our program, or as well as individuals who've been passionate about the industry like me since I was 14, working at an amusement park and then working at a bakery, then a country club. And if they see that you have that passion, you start really well pay at the Pocono area, and that is not the same in other areas. Very lucky to have the Pocono resorts here and the Pocono restaurants and our travel.
At Northampton Community College, you get flexibility and affordability, all with a Pocono campus with connections to the Pocono hospitality and tourism industry. Head to northampton.edu to learn more. This has been Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
From apple to cider, a behind-the-scenes look at how this seasonal staple is made and where you can get it this fall. Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
A place to reconnect with nature, unplug, learn, and explore. Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
East Stroudsburg University. Dozens of degree opportunities, taught by exceptional faculty. Exciting campus life and the beauty of the Poconos. ESU, where everything you want is closer than you think.
Pocono Television Network is everywhere you are, including broadcast, cable, and streaming. Download the free PTN app on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and iPhone, Android, Google, and smart TVs. Or rescan and get the PTN digital signal in Philly, Harrisburg, Baltimore, and Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. Or if you're on cable, PTN is on Blue Ridge, Service Electric, and more, where you can watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, anytime at PoconoTelevision.com.
From apple to cider, today we're giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how this seasonal staple is made at a beloved orchard in the Poconos. Load 'em, clean 'em, grind, pump, press, then pour. This process has been perfected and done for decades here at Heckman Orchards in Effort. The fresh apple cider is available in Heckman's store, plus local grocery stores and farm stands between September and December.
It's a short window out of the year to get if you want, the best fresh cider.
Meet Mark Heckman. His parents, Lawrence and Marlene, started the business in 1962. They bought a farmhouse on the property and surrounding land, but didn't plan on becoming farmers.
There was old fruit trees on the property that the previous owners had sold apples here, and people kept stopping in and asking them for apples. So they started learning how to prune and take care of them.
They eventually expanded the roadside stand they started with and added more crops, growing from 27 acres to over 300. Mark and his brother Lynn now lead the daily operations, although their parents remain deeply involved.
Drop down and then this side lift up.
Mark's son Daniel and daughter Amber also work at Heckman Orchards, making this a 3-generation family farm.
I've grown up in this atmosphere. I enjoy being outside, having the opportunity to see where my food's coming from and participating in that. And then my children also are getting that same experience where they know where an apple comes from, how strawberries grow, where potatoes come from. All of those things they're able to see because a lot of children just don't have that experience anymore.
On select dates during different seasons, visitors can pick their own strawberries, cherries, apples, pumpkins, and cut your own Christmas trees. A variety of fresh fruits and vegetables are available in the store, including more than 20 varieties of apples when they're in season.
We grow the majority of things that you can grow in Pennsylvania. So that starts off the season with strawberries, develops into zucchini, cucumbers, potatoes, sweet corn, peaches, tomatoes, all of those good things. We have a variety of it down there. If we don't grow it ourselves, we try to get it in and source it locally,
which customers like Romaine Miller appreciate.
And there's no additives and all that other stuff they put at you get in the grocery store. It's all homegrown.
From pressing apples to picking crops and everything in between, running a family farm of this size is no easy task, sometimes requiring long hours, 7 days a week. But here, it's all about planting roots and watching them grow. And your dad said that 3rd generation, but he's hoping it'll become 4th generation and on and on. Is that kind of your hope as well?
Yeah, that would be awesome to see this keep growing.
We just enjoy what we're doing. To start out with a small seed, put it in the ground, and you just fertilize it and watch it grow and keep the insects and the stuff away, and it's just hard to believe what you come out with. You throw a potato in the ground, a couple months later, you're digging up piles of potatoes. It's just an amazing thing how Mother Nature is.
Heckman Orchards is open May through Christmas time. You could call in advance or check their website to find out what produce is in stock and exact dates for Pick Your Own. I'm Brianna Strunk. with the Pocono Television Network.
Pocono Environmental Education Center, also known as PEEC, is not only a place for students to learn, but a place for you and your families to unplug and reconnect with yourselves and with nature.
With 53 years of continuous operation and open year-round, PEEC offers something for everyone. I spoke with Amanda, the CEO, and she gave me a clear picture of what the organization is all about.
PEEC is a nonprofit. We're located within the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. We are a nonprofit dedicated to advancing environmental education, sustainable living, and an appreciation for nature through hands-on experiences. So depending on the season and the weather, if you come to PEEC, you could enjoy things like beginner canoeing or beginner fishing. Or if we have snow, you could do snowshoeing or cross-country skiing. We also have guided hikes throughout the year. We might go look for different animals that are out and about depending on the season. Our trails here at PEEC are open to the public. They're free. You can park for free. You can come inside. You can learn about which trail you would want to take based off your ability, your group, how much time you have, what time of year, what you're looking to see. So 12 miles of trails and something for everyone. I think people really love the fact that they can come to PEEC and they can talk with knowledgeable staff about what there is to do. So it's not just show up in the woods and have to figure it out. There's some guidance, and if you really want extra guidance, we do lead guided walks, guided programs, so you can kind of learn along the way, but then feel comfortable to go out into the woods on your own.
They have amazing trails and outdoor activities, plus fun and educational things to explore indoors too.
The Eco Zone is one of the premier things at PEEC because it's a one-of-a-kind experience. There's nothing like this anywhere else that any of us have ever heard of. Basically, we've turned an indoor swimming pool into what we call our Eco Zone Discovery Room. So it's filled with lots of sustainability exhibits and environmental education tools we use throughout the time that students are here. But on the weekends, when we open this up to the public, we like to take folks into our walk-in beaver lodge or our crawl-in bat cave, and they get to learn about those animals and their habitat, and then also go outside and see them for themselves with a little bit more knowledge so they could connect to that natural environment.
I also spoke with Sinead, who typically manages the summer camp, but supports the team year-round. In the off-season, one of her key roles is caring for the Eco Zone's education animals, like Garrett, their black rat snake I got to meet.
She is a native species to the area, so she is the kind of snake that you could see if you're out on the trail here at PEEC. She's a really great representation of what these snakes are really like.
After exploring the Eco Zone, we headed outside to enjoy one of their scenic trails.
From a visitor's perspective, there's so many things to see on just one very short, very easy, beginner-friendly trail. You see 2 ponds along the way. You see deciduous and coniferous trees along the way in their own individual ecosystems. You can see a lot of different wildlife, and there's always opportunities to learn about what you're seeing along the way as well. There are so many ways to learn while you're here at PEEC. It's really baked into what we do here. So we offer interpretive hikes where you can sign up to go by yourself, bring your family, and go out on the trails with one of our PEEC educators. They will tell you from their professional eye what they're seeing along the trail, talk about the natural things they're seeing, the history of the area that we can still see evidence of. But if you're feeling more solitary or just like you'd like some time with your family alone, you can also take one of our trail guides, and they have numbers that correspond to markers along our trails as well. So you can read our trail guide and learn about what you're seeing along the way as another opportunity.
Whether you're hiking the trails, exploring the Eco Zone, or simply soaking in the beauty of the outdoors, PEEC invites you to slow down, disconnect, and make nature a part of your story. I'm Deanna Fontanez with the Pocono Television Network.
Protecting farms, water, and open space in Carbon County, find out how folks involved in a new advisory board are guiding the open space program for the future. That's straight ahead on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Did you know that every year our nation's hospitals are graded on quality and safety? Did you know this information is publicly available? Did you know that St. Luke's has earned 5 stars for quality and straight A's for safety? St. Luke's is the only PA-based health system and only 1 in 3 health systems in the nation to earn these outstanding recognitions. St. Luke's, the only locally based healthcare network serving as a model for the nation.
He's trying to get people to know how to watch PTN.
This should be easy.
Uh-huh. He thinks that streaming happens in nature.
How do we sell PTN?
Cable?
Broadcast.
Newspaper.
Streaming?
Streaming, yeah. You can't stream a vacation, but you can stream PTN to plan a great one.
Find the PTN app everywhere that you are.
Getting to grow up here, there's a lot of outdoor recreation land. Those places were special to me, I think because of the nature and the peace that they brought. Just being outside with the trees, all the greenery, lots of animals, water flowing nearby. I think it was just really calming and relaxing.
As a child, we did a lot of stuff outside, obviously. A lot of times we're up on the mountainside, we would look for monarchs and different butterflies. And I remember those nights where we would stay out the night before first day of trout, and we would sit along the towpath and camp out.
We were outside all of the time. As I got older, we would travel to the Quakegate Creek, but beyond that, there was some beautiful forest areas, and we used to build forts, believe it or not, and just spend time out in the woods.
The Pocono Mountains is the birthplace for Pocono Wonderland of untold pleasure.
Winter in the Poconos, clear and crisp.
Called the Land of the Waterfall.
A recipe for romance.
I'm one of many generations of Kemmerers that lived in Carbon County. I remember going to my grandfather's farm up in Jim Thorpe. As I got older and I experienced working in other states, I realized how special Carbon County was.
At Muhlenberg College, I studied environmental science and sustainability, and I learned about our natural world and how it really benefits us, and also that different people have different access to these natural resources that I love to enjoy. So I think learning that I could make it more accessible as the area gets more visitors was something I really had a passion for.
I worked for the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, so I knew what Monroe County had done with their open space program. So I had the background and the contacts to begin that journey, created a campaign committee, and we just cast the net very widely. We went to every community organization we could think of. It passed by almost 83%, the highest ever in the state of Pennsylvania. So that told the county commissioners that the majority of the electorate wants to borrow this $10 million, wants to preserve farmland, and wants to preserve open space.
My role as the open space coordinator is to administer the open space grant program, and the Open Space Advisory Board, they recommend projects to be funded by the open space grant program. So I kind of take them the applications that are submitted for a grant, and they recommend those to the commissioners, and I'm the one who communicates what they recommend to the commissioners.
On the open space program, we have criteria, and the bond language on that November 22 election specifically highlighted water quality, working farms, wildlife, and habitat. That's how we evaluate the highest conservation value property. As far as projects we've completed, the first one was 72 acres on the Kittatinny Ridge. It's an important bird area and has been a priority. And we're working on another property with Lehigh Water Authority.
Anna and I visited the one up in Jim Thorpe, Water Authority land. We went and visited the stuff in East Penn. So I think that one of the most important things is setting eyes on the land. and seeing that it makes sense to save. I'm proud of both of them. They both fit the needs of saving, and I think that the main thing about the Jim Thorpe property is it was so close to the area that my grandparents lived and my dad lived as a child.
Land preservation is really important to me because our natural environment provides benefits to us as human organisms that we don't always realize and we might take for granted. And the development pressures just in general around the world and around the country and in our area can threaten that. We just don't want to blink our eyes and in a few years all of our old growth trees are gone and we don't have the forest that we used to, and we lose that source of recreation. So by prioritizing open space preservation and smart, thought out development growth, we can help protect the environment that we love to enjoy and still grow to provide housing for everyone.
We want to protect the highest conservation value land, and we really don't want to see any degrading of the environment that we have. Carbon County is blessed with many beautiful trout streams, of course the Lehigh River, and we're looking to create connectivity with other public lands. And we want to see that environment maintained intact and that development occur, but then done in a respectful way with the natural environment.
With the zoning of each township, we're sort of limited as to where the growth is gonna go. And being in a role of a supervisor, you find out real quick that everybody believes that you hold that key to the future of the township. So anything that comes in, I think about it, deeply. And I think that as long as we stick to the areas that we want growth and not impede on the areas that we want to make sure stay agricultural, I think we're going to be in good shape in Carbon County. I want to make sure that our ag areas are saved and preserved if possible for perpetuity.
Speaking of open spaces, there are so many all throughout the Pocono Mountains, including right here in Carbon County, where Lehigh Gorge State Park is open all 4 seasons. Make sure you get here because we've enjoyed visiting all 8 state parks in the Poconos. That we're going to go even one step further. Next month, we're going to showcase the Delaware State Forest, which encompasses parts of Pike and Monroe counties. So be sure to join us then as you enjoy the rest of fall right here in the Pocono Mountains. For Dee and Bri, I'm Jim Hamill. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month on another Pocono Mountains Magazine.
Pocono Mountains midweek deals. It's really like the thrill of the race.
Midweek deals are all the thrills you can handle with prices that won't spin you out of control.
Midweek deals give you less of a crowded field to enjoy your stay.
So visit the Pocono Mountains during the week.
You know the real thrill of the race is winning.
Our midweek deals are a race you can always win.
Find midweek deals at PoconoMountains.com.